Americans are voting with their feet, and the reason almost always comes down to money. We are counting down 10 states losing the most residents, ranked from the mildest exodus to the largest. Property taxes, insurance, housing costs, income taxes. Every entry tells a different financial story about why staying became harder than leaving. Starting at number 10, a state that promises no income tax, but still can't stop the bleeding. In the 10th place, Texas registered a net domestic migration loss of 4,217 residents. While Texas is famous for having no state personal income tax, high carrying costs create a financial paradox. Homeowners face a steep 1.81% effective property tax rate. On a median home price of $374,000, property taxes alone cost thousands annually, which is further compounded by an average homeowner insurance premium of $1,600. For families relocating, an interstate move to or from Texas costs between $4,800 and $7,500. Ultimately, heavy property taxes and rising insurance rates are eroding the state's traditional tax-free advantage. Number 9. Massachusetts lost 6,392 residents to net domestic migration as housing costs reached extreme levels. The state's median home price now sits at $593,000, creating a massive barrier to homeownership. On top of that high entry price, residents face a 5% income tax rate, a 1% effective property tax rate, and roughly $1,400 in annual homeowner insurance. Even a strong job market cannot outweigh these high monthly expenses. To escape this financial squeeze, families are paying average moving costs of $5,400 to relocate to more affordable states like Florida and Pennsylvania. In the 8th place, South Carolina recorded a net domestic migration loss of 8,264 residents. While a median home price of $292,000 looks highly affordable on paper, the monthly carrying costs quickly stack up. Homeowners face a steep 7.0% top marginal income tax rate, alongside a 0.57% effective property tax rate, and an average annual homeowner insurance premium of $1,250. To escape these combined taxes, families are spending $5,400 on relocation costs, fleeing across the state border to nearby tax-friendly corridors like Tennessee, which imposes zero personal state income tax on hard-earned wage earnings. Number 7. Virginia registered a net domestic migration loss of 8,681 residents as middle-class families face a steep commuting economy squeeze. While the state's median home price sits at $406,000, houses near major metro job centers cost far more, forcing workers into exhausting commutes. Compounding this housing pressure is a 5.75% top income tax rate, a 0.8% effective property tax rate, and roughly $1,100 in annual homeowner insurance. To escape these escalating living costs, many residents are spending $5,400 on interstate moves to relocate to lower-cost neighbors like North Carolina, where the median home price drops to $332,000. For middle-income households, the financial burden of staying near Virginia's primary employment hubs simply outruns everyday budgets. In the 6th place, California recorded a net domestic migration loss of 9,593 residents as living costs transition from expensive to extreme. The primary hurdle is the state's $832,000 median home price, which stands as the highest housing cost in the country. This massive entry price is worsened by a steep tax burden, featuring a top marginal income tax rate of 13.3%. Homeowners also face average annual property insurance premiums of $2,100. To escape these combined financial pressures, residents are paying average long-distance moving costs of $6,200 to relocate to lower-cost alternatives like Arizona, Nevada, or Texas, where wages go much further and housing is far more accessible. In the 5th place, Connecticut recorded a net domestic migration loss of 12,941 residents as heavy carrying costs strain household budgets. while the state's median home price of $395,000 is lower than some nearby coastal markets. The ongoing annual bills create a severe tax drag. Homeowners face a steep 2.14% effective property tax rate, alongside a 6.99% top marginal income tax rate, plus an average homeowner insurance premium of $1,600. By comparison, neighboring Pennsylvania offers a much more affordable median home price of $268,000 and a 1.35% property tax rate. To escape Connecticut's compounding fiscal pressures, departing families are paying an average of $5,400 in interstate moving costs to relocate to more tax-friendly states. Number 4. North Carolina recorded a net domestic migration loss of 16,326 residents, pushing the state into a major loss tier. While a median home price of $332,000 appears moderate on paper, the state's growth state appeal is fading due to a severe rent and housing squeeze. This middle-class cash flow problem stems from housing costs rising far faster than household pay, leaving local workers priced out of their own neighborhoods. Homeowners must also manage a 5.25% top income tax rate, a 0.86% effective property tax rate, and roughly $1,050 in annual homeowner insurance. To escape these combined costs, departing families are paying average moving fees of $5,400 to relocate to lower-cost nearby alternatives like South Carolina or Tennessee, where household wages stretch much further. Number 3. Pennsylvania recorded a net domestic migration loss of 23,709 residents, proving that a low purchase price does not guarantee an affordable state. The major twist is Pennsylvania's $268,000 median home price, which sits a massive $168,523 below the national average of $436,523. But while this upfront sticker price looks highly manageable, high recurring annual carrying costs create a persistent financial burden. Homeowners must manage a steep 1.35% effective property tax rate alongside a 3.07% flat state income tax, which is further compounded by an average annual homeowner insurance premium of $1,200. Compared to neighboring Ohio, where lower overall carrying costs stretch household wages further, Pennsylvania's heavy tax burden eats into monthly budgets. To escape these high recurring bills, families are spending an average of $5,400 on relocation costs to move out of state. In second place, New Jersey registered a net domestic migration loss of 28,409 residents, fueled by an estimated 80,000 outbound moves. The state presents an expensive entry point with a median home price of $578,000, which is heavily compounded by a 10.75% top marginal income tax rate and a 2.44% effective property tax rate, the highest in the nation. Homeowners also pay an average of $1,300 annually for property insurance. Instead of one single bill dominating, these high costs stack together to strain household budgets. By relocating to neighboring Pennsylvania, where the median home price is $268,000 and property taxes average 1.35%, families find immediate relief. While the average interstate move costs $5,400, saving over $10,000 in property taxes alone. In year one, allows families to recover their moving costs in under 6 months. This clear mathematical reality makes relocation an easy choice. And finally, in first place, Florida recorded a net domestic migration loss of 38,949 residents, the largest drop in our countdown. The traditional appeal of zero-state individual income tax is now colliding with severe cost pressures. The primary financial trigger is a climate-linked insurance crisis, with average annual homeowner premiums reaching about $2,300. When combined with a $398,000 median home price and a 0.93% effective property tax rate, the ongoing carrying bills quickly eat away at any tax savings. Compared to Tennessee, where property taxes average just 0.55% and home insurance remains stable, Florida has become a costly place to own property. With long-distance relocation costs averaging $5,400, many departing residents find that moving out pays for itself in just over a year through lower insurance and utility bills alone. The tax-free promise has been overtaken by the high cost of climate protection. Across all 10 states, one truth emerges. When local living costs outpace average wages, migration becomes a vital financial defense. This massive domestic shift is permanently reshaping the American economy. Subscribe for more data-driven financial analysis.